everybody, and welcome to another version of Virtual Staffcraft. Well, we've got a special treat for you today, and I'm hoping you're going to like this little recipe. It's a very easy 3-ingredient healthy snack, and the ingredients are just bananas, oats, a little bit of vanilla essence, and then whatever you want to zhuzh it up with. So I've got some walnuts, some blueberries and some chocolate chips. So let's get going. I need to preheat my oven first of all, so let's get that going. So that's 180 degrees for me, that's centigrade, 350 degrees Fahrenheit or gas mark 4. So that's all happening. Now I need to grease my little dish. The one I'm using here is quite a small muffin dish, fairy cake dish, something like that, but they're quite shallow and they're quite narrow this way. Because there's no flour or baking powder in this recipe, they don't rise very much, so literally the little mound that you put in there is going to be pretty much what you end up with. So let's get that going. So I've got some what's it called, Fry Light oil here, 1 calorie spray even. So I'm just going to spray up my little dishes here, just like that, and I'm going to use the pastry brush just to make sure it's all on the inside. There we go. That's probably a bit too much, to be honest, but hey, that's fine. It'll slip out nice and easily. Okay, so that's all prepped and ready to go. Let's get that out of the way. Right, so what we're going to need, nice bowl to get it all mixed up in, and here are my oats. Simply porridge oats, that's all it is. So I need 1.5 cups of oats. I'm using these little cup measures just because it's easy. Even more straightforward than measuring. So there's 1. So this is a 1/2 cup measure, by the way, so I need 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's 1.5 cups of oats. Okay. Let's pop some of these things out of the way. I'll be right back. Right, so what we also need are 2 bananas. Now, ideally, you want the bananas when they're just going a little bit spotty with brown blotches on them, because it just means they're a bit more ripe and a bit sweeter, because again, there's no sugar in this recipe, so all the sweetening is coming from your bananas. Mine are a little bit green, but actually that's how I like them, and I'm going to use these. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take another bowl and I'm going to mash these quite well, as mashed as I can get them in this bowl, and then I'm going to transfer it over to the other bowl. Can you hear my oven warming up nicely there behind me? Perfect. Right, so I think what I'm going to do, let me just get a little knife. I'm just going to slice these to get the process started, so I don't have to mash them from whole. They smell really good. Looking forward to this. A bit of a brownie base at the end, but I think that's fine. Okay, so this is just going to take a few seconds to get it all nice and mashed up. So what I'm going to do, whilst I'm mashing this, I'm just going to tell you some of the really good healthy properties about oats and bananas, because it's all good stuff this. So bananas are a great source of vitamin C. They are, what else? They help with digestion. The manganese in them is good for your skin. It gives you energy. And it doesn't have any fats or cholesterol, so what's not to like? Oh, I even forgot potassium, which is great for heart health and blood pressure, so that's all good. Right, still mashing here. So over to the properties of oats. Oats are the healthiest grain on earth, would you believe? Yes, they are. They're gluten-free. They are a source of important vitamins, minerals, fibre and antioxidants. Studies show that eating oats can assist in weight loss, lowers your blood sugar, and can reduce the risk of heart disease. So again, these two are really very good ingredients for maintaining your health. And there we are. So whilst I've been talking, I've been mashing away, and now we've got a nice bowl of goop. You see that sort of consistency I've got there, quite finely mashed really, and more of a puree if you like now. So what I'm going to do now is to put that into my bowl of oats. Here we go. Get all those little bits out of there. Okay. Now the other ingredient we need to add, oh, I never showed you my apron. Do have a look at my wonderful apron. This was made for me by my very good friend Ali Phillips, who's a bit of a whiz on the sewing machine. And you may know, but I used to run a load of charity bake sales at work, and she called me the cake bake queen. So thank you, Ali. I love my apron, so I must show you. And her company is called Raven Made, if you want to look her up on Facebook. She's fantastic at making bags and all sorts of stuff. Back to the cooking. So we now need to add, this is my vanilla extract, and we just need half a teaspoonful of that. So I've got a nice little measure here. So let's pop that into our bowl. Half a teaspoonful, there we are, perfect, and in it goes. Lovely. Right, I'm just going to have another tidy up. Let's get these bits out of the way. Okay, so now it's just a case of mixing this until everything is combined, which is just going to take a few seconds. Don't have to worry about folding this in or anything, just give it a good old mix, get it all combined. Now I'm actually doing half a recipe here, but in the main recipe you can use 4 bananas if you're feeding a whole family. There's only 2 of us here, so I halved it. But I'll put all the ingredients at the end of this so that you can have a good old look and see how you want to approach it. There we go, so that didn't take long, all nicely mixed together. Beautiful. Right, so that's now all beautifully mixed in, and you can see it's already a sort of flapjacky type mixture. And what I'm going to do, what I've decided to do, the way I'm going to do it, I've decided, I'm going to split this into 3, and then I've got 3 bowls here of different ingredients, and I'm going to put the mixture in the bowls, mix it up, put it in the tray. So that's how I'm going to do it. What you can do is just take little dollops of this, put it in the tray, and then poke things into your mixture afterwards. So anyway, let's sort of apportion this out. Let's bring this forward so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to roughly mix a third of the mixture into each of these bowls. So we have chocolate chips in the first one, we've got walnuts in the second one, and we've got blueberries in the third one. Right, I think that's about, a bit more in that one. Lovely. Oh, I tell you, this banana smells so good. Right, so let's mix it all up now. And this is going to be mixed quite thoroughly, obviously. We want these well distributed throughout our mixture. So I don't know if you can see that. That's our chocolate chips. Looking good, smelling wonderful. And this is the walnuts. Let's give that a squash down. Mixy mix. Lovely. calories. Now I've kind of guessed a bit here on the amount of ingredients I've added into these. So it's up to you really, it's your preference on whether you like more fruit or less nuts or whatever. You could do a really nice sultanas and nuts, that sort of thing, a fruit and nutty one, that would be good. You could have all sorts of seeds, sunflower seeds. Oh my goodness, there's no end to the topping ideas you could have. Okay, so as I mentioned, there's no raising ingredient in these. So pretty much whatever we put in these little pockets is going to stay that size. It's not going to rise very much. So let's start with the chocolate chips, and I'm just going to make little mounds like that. You can see it's just a bite really. It's just a little snacky bite. What have I got here? So let me see if I can get 4 rows of each out of this. There we go. Oh, this looks so good. Go back and top them up afterwards if they're a little bit short. As I said, they're not going to rise, so they're pretty much going to stay in this sort of shape. Good, got it all in there. Let's see if we can just top them up a little bit more. Right, so now we're going to do the walnut one. And there they are, cooking away in the oven. Okay, so that's my 15 minutes up. Do you want to just come in and have a look? Let me just turn that off. I think they need just a couple of minutes more because I'd like them a little bit browner than they are. So I'm going to just reset it for, let's give it 3 minutes and see how we go, and then I'll check it again then. Okay, so they've had 18 minutes now in total, and they are brown. So I'm going to turn off the oven, and I'm going to get them out of there. There we go. So, as I mentioned, they haven't risen at all, they've stayed in the same shape, so that's something to remember when you're putting them in there in the first place. What I'm going to do now is just let them cool for about 5 minutes, just makes them a little bit firmer, and then we're going to get them out and pop them on the cooling rack. So the first row, if you remember, we had blueberries, the second row was walnuts, and the third row were chocolate chips. Okay. Okay, let's see how well I grease the pan and if they come out easily. Oh, that's quite nice. Oh, we slipped out a treat. Yes. So you see, these are just little bites, really, just a little snack. It will see you through to lunchtime. Super healthy, just 3 ingredients, and you can tailor make them to whatever ingredients your family likes. I think the chocolate is usually the big hit. Super tasty. And there they are, all done. And there we are, our little healthy snacks are finished. So it was just the 3 ingredients, the porridge oats, the banana and the vanilla extract, and then whatever bits you want to add in there. And I'm going to try one now. So I'm going to go for a walnut one. Let's have a go at that. Can really taste that banana. Still quite moist. It's good. No flour, no sugar. What's not to like? I hope you make them too. Thanks for watching.